As if we needed another excuse to stay connected, next semester, students at the University of Pennsylvania can sign up for a college course simply titled Wasting Time on the Internet. Joining us is the professor behind the class, Kenneth Goldsmith, here at Post 9. Professor Goldsmith, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
The course is listed as a creative writing class. How do you figure?
They will be required to waste 3 hours a week staring at the screen and then creating great works of literature out of that experience.
What type of literature and what are the primary sources that you expect them to be drawing from to get that content?
Well, if it's on the internet, it's
anything
game.
On the internet.
I mean, anything. I mean, they can look at political sites, write political stories. They can ingest all the pornography that they want as long as they write great erotica. Right-wing sites, left-wing sites, it's all fodder for great works of literature.
And how will you...
This is amazing, and so the question, are you tenured? Because this could go either way, right? It could be great or...
No, it will be great. Listen, I've been teaching a class at Penn for the last 10 years called Uncreative Writing, where students are penalized for any shred of originality or creativity that they show. I teach them to be smart plagiarists. So this should go just as well as that, I'm sure.
You're taking aim at the broad criticism at the internet that our lives now are very broad. We know a little bit about a lot of things, but none of it's very deep. Is there anything wrong with that view?
I think it's a different type of learning. I think it's a different type of engagement. I think we need to learn to value that type of engagement instead of dismiss it, because that's the way it is going now. I think we tend to put an older form of intellectual modeling on top of what we're doing now, and I think it really doesn't quite figure in the same way. Let's celebrate what we have in front of us and learn to render it into something useful and wonderful instead of dismissing it as being awful.
So there are only 15 spots in the class, you're telling us during the commercial break. How do you choose the people for that? Is it already oversubscribed?
It's oversubscribed. There are hundreds on the waiting list now. And we're going to have to pick the best people that are most engaged, the people that know the most about the internet, the people that are most passionate about the internet. You see, literature should follow what you love. And what my students love is wasting time on the internet. I'm asking them to follow their heart.
And there'll be a lot of people auditing that course.
Yeah, you tell the Washington Post you're going to strictly enforce a state of distraction for these 3 hours.
Well, you know, when you make a phone call to somebody and you know that they're surfing the web at the same time and they're listening with one ear, I want the whole room to be in that state of half there, half not there. We'll have our attention divided. We'll be communally distracted. Smartphones, tablets, headphones, chat rooms, as long as they're sort of somewhere else.
Oh, it sounds like a dream.
We're going to have you back at the end of the semester to hear how the experiment actually went.
Absolutely. I'd love to come.
That does it for Squawk Alley. As we hit noon, let's get back to headquarters in Scott Wapner.